Right, we're on. Carl Moss, welcome to the Coffee and Coaching Podcast. Do you feel blessed that we've
I
invited you
feel
on?
blessed. I did bring my coffee because I knew it was called something coffee, except for I'm not coaching, but we're coffeeing, so it's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all we needed. Tell everyone about what it actually is. Napoli.
This,
Yeah.
it's just a bog standard number 13 Napoli. But like I said before, did say before we went on, we've got to put the milk in because if you don't, it's syrup. It's basically syrup. It's basically not sound.
One of them, just a dead thick, gloopy one.
Yeah, it's bad. Do you know what? Have you got an espresso machine as well? Do you know when have you ever? Do you know press the button right? It never fills it up enough. Have you not got one?
No,
Mate, you press the button and you think right, it doesn't fill it up enough automatically. It just puts the measly amount in. So then you stood there holding the button. It's like I didn't buy you for this. I bought you to dispense when I say dispense, and that's it. And then I go back to it in 1 minute, and it's done it for me. I may as well fucking put the kettle on.
I've got the new one, and they fill it up too much.
Oh mate, I should have got one of them. I wonder if I can exchange mine. To be fair, I didn't really know what I was buying, so I just went for the first one I seen. It was probably the shittest one.
There's not as many flavours on the new one.
Is it Virtuo?
Yeah, the Virtuo.
Yeah, I've got the other one. I've got a selection in there. I've got them long tubes coming out with fucking heroes.
Yes, fucking covered full of them.
I'm not a fan of machines. I prefer to just actually make it. I feel like the machine, you've got no control over what it tastes like. It's always just the same shit all the time, do you know?
I think I don't know enough about what you're saying to even have a comment on it. Sometimes I just go in there and I get the Nescafe Zero and I just bang that in a cup and get the kettle on. Because I know I'm going to get the volume. I actually had one previous to this.
Yeah, no, I had instant coffee for the first time the other day and it was disgusting.
Not Nescafe Zero.
Nah, it weren't that. That is the instant coffee I used to have when I first started being a coffee wanker.
James Hoffman.
What?
Yeah, heavy dude.
You're onto him?
Yeah.
What? He's like the biggest coffee nonce in the world. Like, he makes Isaac look like he's just bought a fucking McDonald's coffee.
Yeah.
Like, this guy, I watched the video the other day and he was talking about like timing how long you leave your coffee sitting still for before you drink it and shit for like seconds and stuff.
Yeah.
And staring it one way, then staring it the other way. Oh, it was mad. But he makes a banging cup of coffee.
One of my mates owns a coffee company called Uncommon Coffee, and they the other day was telling me about different flavors in coffees like chocolate and notes and berries. I was like, oh,
yeah,
have a brew, son.
I don't know. I'm into it a bit, but I'm not that into it. Where I can fucking like soaking the beans the night before and all that shit. Like, that's too far.
Too much.
People get a little bit too much into it. I just want to have a coffee and feel caffeinated and be productive. And I want it to taste nice.
I don't even think I feel the caffeine though, to be fair. I think I just have it just out of habit.
New brand. Yeah.
Plug. Big plug on the bugs. Vistaprint coming at you.
Yeah. Christmas cards, and it come free with the Christmas cards.
For everyone who's not watching it, Jack's got a Silver Jacks HQ mug. Is that red? Have you changed it to red? Nice.
Brand colours, mate. I am fucking on brand.
I thought you were... So you changed, haven't you, recently? You used to just be black and grey, didn't you?
Used to be just black and grey, but I didn't feel like it had enough
oomph.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
When there wasn't like... If I do like a post and it was just black and grey, it was just fucking boring. Now I can do something that's black and grey and have like a big red section in it, or like the red is what draws your eyes. So like if the thing I want you to read, like the main bit of a post or the main bit of a story, can be red and it stands out then. So yeah.
Right. Let's stop chatting shit. Carl, tell us a little bit about who the fuck you are and what you've done. And
I am a fucking sick guy.
Agreed.
No, so I am first of all, I'm associated with Jack due to the fact that we've been in the army. Spent 10 years in the army and left to be a cliche army leaver, personal trainer like Jack. I feel like if you've been in the army, I feel like if you leave and you don't be personal training, you've got something mentally wrong with you. Then you feel like you're automatically going to be successful because you've been in the army and you know to carry a sandbag from over there to over there. Anyway, I went down that route. As obviously we all worked together, didn't we? At an unknown company.
Yeah, the place.
And then from there, accidentally bought a camera, thinking I was going to be some kind of YouTube sick guy. That never happened. Ended up videoing other people, and then I guess I bought it to boost my business as a PT or CrossFit coach, whatever I wanted to be at the time. I didn't really know. I think I wanted to be an athlete more than anything. I think I wanted to be an athlete. I think I wanted to be a CrossFit athlete, but then thought I have to be a coach to facilitate this lifestyle so I can be in the gym all the time. Anyway, I ended up hating it, didn't I? And the stuff with the camera just developed, I guess. And
yeah, you're taking a half decent picture.
Yeah.
I didn't used to. I don't even take an half decent picture. I mean, I'm only just getting good, I guess. But I feel like I made a lot of progress in that time of being from. Well, I've been a full-time videographer. When did I start? October it was last year. No.
You did my
October
photo shoot last year.
2019.
You did my photo shoot last year in August, didn't you?
October 2019, I went full time with it, but that was on a whim, that, because
I feel like you just started.
like one client.
I feel like you just started doing stuff with the camera, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I'm actually quite sick at this." And
Yeah,
then,
to be honest, because the reason I bought it is so I could just make content for my Instagram for my PT business, and then I ended up just faffing about and learning off YouTube, and one thing led to another, I guess, and then me and Strength Factory, obviously me and Strength Factory then got together, and they wanted to do the same, and I was doing my same. I think they asked someone else before me, but they said no, and then basically we just started this thing where we just make stuff. And to be fair, it was diabolical. So when I look back at the stuff we used to make, and we're just like, Jesus Christ, what is that? Like I've made the other week, I looked at the first video I ever made. I'll have to put it somewhere and whatever, and like do a comparison. It's fucking diabolical, but it shows that you need to.
I think for everyone listening, Carl's downplaying how far he's come since he started doing the full-time videography and stuff. So you just said that he started October 2019.
Yeah.
Now March. We're not in March, I'm chatting shit. We're in January 2021. You're now working with some of arguably the best names in the fitness industry and in bodybuilding in the UK.
Potentially, yeah. I'd say I won't deny the fact that I think I've moved pretty quick, and I think I've got the personality to kind of, when I get my hands on something, I'm all in. I like, if I can't be asked for something, someone probably knows can't be asked. Like, if I can't be bothered, I can't pretend to be asked.
Yeah. So,
but I get my hands on a few things. I'd say one being training when I actually eventually got started about 26, and one being probably this. And when I go all in, I'm like balls in on something. I mean, I guess a lot of people are like that, and people always say, I'm self-critical and all these kind of cliche things that everyone is, but it's true. Most people are. Most people who, you know what I mean, strive for more generally have the same sort of person. They're all in on one thing and not like everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so I guess I have come in a long way in sense of where I was. Even 6 months ago, I'd say, I look back on stuff I've done 2 months ago, and I think, in 2 months' time, I'll look back on stuff I've just done now, and I'll just think,
that's probably why. That's probably why you are doing so well currently, and why you will continue to improve, because you look back and think, wow, fucking hell, because you're always improving. Even 2 months ago, you look back and think, wow, that was absolute shit. Like, I assume it's the same for you, Jack. It definitely is for me. Like, I look back at the systems I was using a few months back for clients. I was like, wow, like, why was I doing that? Like this.
Even you just said then, Carl, about the videos, and I've got saved on my Instagram, you know, where you can save your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just saved under before I had a clue what I was doing. And it's the first video I ever posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's me stood with the camera like way too close to me, like terrible lighting, and I just sound like an absolute robot. And I just saved that to just be like, right, that's where it was. That's the front.
I remember when you were first started doing them. I mean, I don't do them much or whatever. I don't do them at all. I just maybe get an Instagram story sometimes, but that's probably about it. But I don't know. I remember when you first started doing it. I remember it just like, it's not easy, mate. You can chat here with us three, and no one can see us or whatever. We're not on Instagram. We can't see him in it. Do you know what I mean? No one can see us right now, but eventually, obviously, we will be. But when you're stood there and then you can chat to I can tell you what I'm going to do, and as soon as I put a camera in your face, it's a game changer. It's like nothing's changed. You're still telling me, except when I've got a camera in my hand. Next minute, you're over your word, you're talking backwards, you come out with some German, and that's it. That's what happens. It's mad. It's mad. I tried making the first YouTube video a few weeks ago. I've still not made it, mate. Honestly, I think I've done about 70 takes. And I put it in my office. I'm all right. I'm all right chatting to the camera, but I'm only all right chatting when it's in my hand. When something's in my hand and my phone's in my hand and I'm looking at myself and it's there, I'm okay. Even with holding the camera, I put the camera on a tripod and I sat down and I didn't have a clue. I couldn't move my hands. I was like, I watched it back, mate, and I thought, that was a shambles, son. So,
I'm
anyway.
just, you know, like when I'm on Instagram, I'm sound recording a story or whatever. Like, don't ever fumble me words or anything. And then if I actually try and record like a video properly with a tripod, I just go to shit.
It's nails. What
the fuck is it?
You know what's going to be so funny? Like I'm setting this gym up, aren't I? In ours next week. And there's obviously going to be CCTV in the gym because there's going to be like a couple of grand's worth of equipment in there. That CCTV is going to be on when I'm videoing stuff in the gym. So I'll have like a bird's eye view. I'll have like an overview of all my outtakes and all me like stressing out, going like, you know, when you record something and you start talking and then a little voice in your head just goes, hey, you've been chatting shit for like 5 minutes there, you know, just stop.
You watch all these YouTubers and then if you think about, no one's done one in a full take.
No.
Someone actually puts the bloopers on, you watch it on YouTube, you think, oh, this is so good on camera and all this. And it's like, you ain't seen the 3 hours before it where they're going, no, that sort of stuff. It's like, you don't see it.
No, you know, Jack, did I tell you that I sent a video out to the mailing list the other day?
No, I didn't even. I'm on your mailing list. I didn't get that. Maybe it went to me other email address.
My email's fucked. I think I need to fix it. Anyway, what I did, so I linked unlisted video on YouTube to the mail to the email, and basically I can't even remember what it was about. I think it was about Christmas nutrition, and I uploaded the unedited version of the video at first, and then before I sent out the email I had to check it, but it would have just been me. Like I caught it just in time before I sent out the email, but it would have just been me just sat there like, so oh fuck. And then me sat there for like 30 seconds like that. And then going again, just over and over again. The video was like 10 minutes long of me just being a fucking gimp.
It's funny when people say, oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll write it on a piece of paper and we'll hold it next to the camera. And everyone's like, it's worse. It's so worse. Oh no, we'll write it on a big whiteboard. We're going to be able to see it and all the points are, mate, it's worse. It throws you off.
So bad. Like, there's a couple of people I follow on Instagram who do that all the time just for their Instagram content. I think they record it on their laptop webcam so they can have like their notes on the screen.
Yeah.
It kills the video off. Like some of the stuff they're talking about is really good. They've put loads of like useful information in the video, but you can't listen to it because it's today I'm going to be talking about sleep, and sleep is really important because sleep is the main factor in your life, and this and then that and then this, and it's like just say it and make mistakes and then just go again. And if you
make mistakes, cut it and then go to the next bit.
The point of a video is to get your personality across, you know?
Yeah, you don't get it really by reading, do you?
No, not at all.
And if you can't do it by video, I think you should just play to your strengths anyway and do it by text. If you're good at writing, write. If you're good at being on camera, be on camera. If you're good, do you know what I mean? If you be what you are. Not everyone's fucking built to be on camera. Don't think you have to get on camera all the time. Because you don't. Because sometimes you just can't. You're just not. If you're not got that in you, obviously you can develop it over time, like Jack has and whatever. But if that's not you, then it's not you. But if you're really good at writing, then write it. Do you know what I mean? People will read it if it's worth reading.
Exactly.
And if you captivate them at the right time, do you know what I mean? Everyone puts their efforts into videos and stuff like that. I think I have to do this, I have to do that. It's like you don't have to do anything. Like just what other people are doing doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, just because it worked for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
No, exactly.
Jack invited Carl on because What happened? You replied to one of his stories
So-
about this discipline and shit in the
Yeah,
army.
I done a question thing on my story the other day, and I got some really good questions on it. One of them was, so obviously both me and Carl were in the army together, and one of the questions was, did my self-discipline and my ability, like my routine, my habits for routine now, come from being in the army? I feel like a lot of it, no. Some of it, yeah. Some of it, no. The most of it, no. I think some of the little habits and like the OCD stuff that I do has probably come from the army. But I think being self-employed is just a different kettle of fish. And Carl replied back to it and was like, this would be a good podcast. Obviously, we've both come from being in the army, both come from the same background, and both gone into a similar industry, but both being self-employed. So thought it'd be a really good idea to get us both on and chat about how we've sort of what's transferred over, what hasn't, and how you have transitioned from being in the army to being self-employed, and what habits have you had to build up now to make this business successful, and like being your own boss and not having someone telling you what to do every day and telling you where to be. What tasks need doing?
I think for me, I think it depends on the way I see it. Is there's a lot of different type of people obviously in the army, and it's obviously different cultures and stuff like that, and you'd like different the way people are. Like for us, I feel like it was an easier thing to do than other people, because I feel like people, obviously we was in a regiment where people were largely based quite far away from home, and we were pretty close. So I feel like we always had that outside, that connection to home life, whereas they were a bit more, well, a lot of people who was at our battalion tend to be, they were away a lot of the time, unless they were one of these people who get flights home all the time, which few and far between they were. I feel like that's, the more you're away and the more you're there, I think the more you're going to be institutionalized.
Yeah.
By the way of how the army is. Obviously, it's not. I mean, people have perceptions of the army. I think that it's one way or another, and it's like bad lads army, and people just don't have a clue at some stage. Do you all sleep in a room where there's 14 of you on bunk beds, and you get up at night and fucking shave each other's legs and shit like that? What? It's like, no, but do you know what I mean? You don't. That's not how they lives in the army. I feel like you can keep, if you're at a decent place, or like we were lucky where we were. We could have easily been shipped abroad and lived in the Falklands for a year and whatever, and we'd have probably fell into if that something like that would have happened, we could have probably fell into the spiral of institutionalization, as people are. You know what people are like, they're like, they won't leave, they'll stay, the only time they go home is on leave. And so I feel like if you can keep them home connections, you keep a bit more of yourself. I think that's how I felt like the transition wasn't that hard. But saying that, I feel like you need to utilize what the army give you to leave, like what's it called, your resettlement period and stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like if you don't use it wisely, you just leave on a whim. I did this in 2015. I left briefly and I come back, didn't I?
Yeah.
The reason I left because I just wanted out. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just went for it. I just thought, nah, I've had enough of this. I'm going, see in a bit. But I had no clue what I was doing. So I ended up coming back. I think if you want to leave and you want to properly leave and you want to stay out, you need to save all them leave days. I'd saved 100 leave days. I left at Christmas. I got paid till April. It's like, if you save all that time up and you use it properly and you have some direction, you know where you want to be, and you have some money behind you and stuff like that, you're less likely to come back. And it's people who still don't want to be in the army and going back to the army because they have no place to turn. So I feel like the transition for me was easy the second time, but the first time without any direction is difficult. Also, probably depends on time served and how institutionalized you actually are.
Yeah, definitely. I think the institutionalized part of it is a massive thing. Like, I'd never really thought of it that way around, about the lads who just didn't go home. But yeah, that was definitely a massive factor, that we had friends, we had our mates that we'd go and see on the weekends that weren't in the army. And we'd go and do stuff where we lived through like, you could nip home on a Wednesday and go out for tea or something, and it wouldn't make a difference. Whereas the majority of the lads were from Ireland and Northern Ireland, and Some of them were from Fiji, weren't going home for 6-7 months at a time.
So if you're, I feel like if you're always in the environment, it's like, what do you talk about on the weekends with the army lads? You probably end up talking about army.
Yeah.
You go home on a weekend and no one else in the army, you don't talk about it because no one cares and no one else understands. Someone can come up to you and ask you about the army. Someone come up to me and ask me about the army, and I hate answering it because it's like, no matter what I say here, you'll never understand unless you've experienced it. Yeah. Like, not even like tours of going on to Afghan or stuff like that, just like generic stuff. What's it like? Do you know what I mean? Just generic day-to-day things. There's no point in telling you, this is what we have to do in a day. You won't understand. You won't understand. Like if I ask someone who delivers Tesco shopping, what do you do in a day? There's probably more to it than meets the eye. There's probably like, we've got to do this, we've got to do all that, we've got to do it. And at the end of it, I'll probably not be asked and I won't fully understand it. So it's hard, I think, to, unless you experience things. For me personally, I think I have to experience it. It's like learning. I could read something, but I probably wouldn't absorb it that much. But if someone shows me how to do it, then it becomes easy, and that text then makes sense. I could read the text and not make sense. Someone could show me, and then I could read the text, and the text would make sense because I've seen it. I think it's kind of the same thing. If someone tells me about their day at work, at the end of it, I'll be like, can I come with you? Because I don't get it.
Yeah. So, what, for you, coming out of the army and having the beer at 8, you work Monday to Friday, these are the tasks you need to do every day. This is who you've got to go and report to. This is where we're going next week. Going from that to you can get up at whatever time you want. You can go and film if you want to film. You can go and try and book new clients in if you want to go and try and book new clients in. What was the biggest like hurdle for you, or how did you move from that to like getting organized in a like self-employed business way?
To be honest, I wouldn't say I am organized. I'd say considering I've been in the army and whatever, I've got no OCD. I'm messy as fuck. I've got shit everywhere. She's cleaning up behind me. She's doing me washing. The only thing I do is make a tea. Like, apart from that, I'm all over the gaff. Honestly, I'd say I'm the least. I'd say I could get away with someone saying I'm not in the army at all, or ever been in there. Do you know what I mean? Like when we got a room inspection in the army, I was like, oh,
you were a mess in the army anyway. Yeah.
What?
Your room was always a fun.
Yeah, nothing's changed, man. I only tried it when it's like nothing's changed. But I feel like even more so because I ain't got time. We've got cleaner. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to clean my house. I ain't got half an hour to clean my house. In that half an hour, I want to be thinking. If I've got half an hour, I'm not cleaning my house. Like someone else is doing it. That's what it's like though. As productive and like it might be, but I feel like there wasn't a massive change from it. Honestly, I just feel like because I was so in the mindset of getting out the army, and I think I wavered off so much towards the end, and I kind of did what I want for that last 6-8 months, and no one really gave me a second thought. I feel like the transition was even made easier, but I don't know to.
Would you say you're disciplined in business? So like, although your room's messy and shit, like, do you have routine and discipline when it comes to like delivering for clients and shit?
I think compared to other people of what I've heard, I feel like my turnaround time and stuff in terms of work and like if something I don't like things hanging over me. Like I think that's an army thing. Like if something needs done, just do it. Like if I've filmed something on a Monday, then I'll sit there and I'll edit it or start editing it on a Tuesday. You might get interrupted by something on a Wednesday, and then like you're looking at like 3 days and I'll have it done. But if not, one day. Do you know what I mean? I think that's like a sense of urgency thing of the army. I feel like it's just like it's a courtesy thing, and I feel like it's just a fundamental of how I've been, just like a sense of it. I have got a sense of urgency. If something's doing it, just do it. Unless it's a mundane task. If it's a shit thing like cleaning your house, I don't want to do it. I'll put it off. If it means me progressing in business or learning something about, do you know what I mean, to self-develop myself, then I feel like I'll prioritize that, but I won't prioritize cleaning my house. Do you know what I mean?
I'm literally exactly the same. Like my room's just a tip all the time.
Yeah.
And, like I was literally sat there last night, and it's been like fucking months since I've actually cleaned my room, and I got half an hour, and I was like, normally I'll just fucking go and write an Instagram post, or I'll do something that I actually want to fucking do because I want to do, and I just thought, right, I'm gonna actually have to clean my room now.
Yeah.
This is getting.
I'm the complete opposite. I can't. So like yesterday, I come home from our training session, and my office is the living room kitchen at the minute, until we move next week. There was washing on the floor. There was like 5 pairs of shoes next to me. There was like the fucking sink was just full of washing. Couldn't do anything. I was like, there's no way I can sit here and work until that's away.
Yeah. I guess there comes a point for me where I snap and I'm like, right, this needs sorted. Do you know what I mean? But to get to that point,
yeah,
give it a few weeks.
Like I need to do the shit that's immediately a priority, and like cleaning the room, just like fucking, that's not going to bring me any money right now.
Yeah, no, it's that's it. That's it. For me, obviously it's about money and business and all that sort of stuff. But right now, I'm not even, to be honest, I don't really think about money. I think about that. I'm so focused on being self-developing and probably like separating myself from everyone else, because obviously I didn't try and be the videographer, do you know what I mean? But like it just happened for me, and I ended up just chasing it with it. Where other people obviously want to pursue a career in it, and they bought a camera for that purpose, which is obviously fine because that's what they want to do. So, but I feel like being a videographer is the new online coach. Do you know what I mean? There's fucking shitloads of them now that are just popping up from everywhere, and whether they're good or bad, it's their own personal style that they're trying to create in their own business and whatever. No matter what industry you're going to be in, it's saturated. I hate when people say it's a saturated market. I'm like, everything's saturated. Everything's been done. It's just how you spin it and how it relates to others. And you also can't have every client. It's like being a PT and being jealous of someone else having a client. It's like me being fuming because someone's chose someone else to do the videos. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter because you ain't got fucking time to do all them videos anyway. So what the fuck does it matter? Like, stop being bitter about what other people are doing and just concentrate on yourself. Do you know what I mean? And
like your gym, Isaac, is like chocker with PTs now. There's going to be like 14, 15 PTs in there.
Yeah.
And you were rammed until you decided not to be. Like there's enough people for whatever it is that you go into. If you just get good at it, there's enough people there to service you and for you to be successful at it.
It's so obvious. Your style is very individual, Carl. When you do videos, like you could just show me 10 videos and I'd know if you'd done one of them or not.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like in the past, but I feel like to become creative with anything, even probably yourselves with stuff like programming, diets, and as your knowledge grows, you become more creative. I think. I feel like when you started, I had no creativity at all, and I feel like creativity is built off other people's styles. I feel like you look at that person's work, you look at that person's work, you look at that person's work, and you take little aspects of each thing, and all of a sudden you've created your own style, and it's like, and then it becomes your signature style or whatever. You should look at, do you know what I mean? Like you probably learn from like Harvard Trophy coach, Chained by JP, and all these sort of people who are putting good content out. You'll see, I like that. As much as it's probably good to listen to one person in your industry because you get led down different paths and different methods. But you take a bit of that and you take a bit of this and you take a bit of this, and a year goes past and you've created your own style. For me, I've never been creative at all. I've never been creative. When I first started, it was fucking diabolical. All I've learned from is watching people on YouTube, seeing video people do videos on Instagram and shit like that. But generally, the people I take inspiration from are more travel people, travel videographers. I don't really see, not now anyway, any fitness videographers that are really giving me something past what I already know. Like initially, yes, I looked at their work and stuff like that now, but now I feel like I'm looking past that. And to be honest, I'm trying to get more into, I'm maybe trying to break away a little bit and trying to pursue a bit more film style, short documentary work rather than doing the YouTube style stuff. So you're probably going to see me less doing YouTube style work in future. I've got a good client base now, which I love working with, and I'm probably going to keep it there, because if I take too much on, I become sucked in and I end up being a one trick pony. Oh yeah, I'll come and video on YouTube. I'll come and follow you around the gym for fucking ages. Do you know what I mean? I feel like as well it can go undervalued about of how much effort gets put in. Like as well, people not being on time and people, do you know what I mean? And stuff. And it feels like sometimes it can feel like you're just following someone in the gym, and it's like I'm worth more to you than you know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is fucking hard work. When I'm sitting down at home now, I've capped myself basically at how many videos I'll do a week, due to the fact that I want to get my quality up. Basically, I feel like if I'm doing too much, I look at the computer, mate. I remember once I did 6 a week. I did 6 YouTube videos in a week. I was doing 6 Instagram trailers back to back. My missus moved out of the house. That was it. Mate, I'm not joking. She went to her sister's for a week because my head had popped off. Honestly, it was mad. And then I learnt my lesson and I said, never again. And never, I'll only take 3 maximum per week. And even then, your creativity will run dry. There's only so much you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be turfing out such high quality videos week on week on week on week on week. You just can't. And that's where your price point needs to go up. It's like, well, I'm only doing 2 a week, but these videos are going to be absolute bangers. I don't have to rush it because I've got days to finish it. I don't have a shoot on a Monday and then another shoot on a Tuesday, and then all of a sudden I've got 3 videos to do by the end of the week. Like, do you know what I mean? If I do one on a Monday and I've got one on a Friday, I've got 4 days there if I want to absolutely nail this video. Obviously, it'll probably be done less than I will be because time will be spent on it. But I feel like that's time to up quality. I see people advertising, got this date free, got this date free, got this date free. And people have put on their Instagram stories, Monday this person, Tuesday that person, Wednesday this person, Thursday I've got space on Thursday, Friday this person, Sunday this person. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fair play, mate. Obviously, people see fucking money signs, and I've done it myself. And it's easy to get fucking strapped in because the attraction's money. You're like, fucking hell, all these people want to fucking work, it's going to be fucking banging. And you do go for that stage, no matter who you are. It's like probably yourselves, you take a cluster of fucking clients on, you think, shit, I've got fucking 19 diets to do here. Why have I got 19 signups this week? But you've took on Susan from down the road who's got 1 leg. You've took fucking, do you know what I mean? All these people you know nothing about, just for the sake of taking them on. So the same way you need to be able to work with them as well. Like,
I said that to you, Isaac, didn't I, when I worked back when I was still doing 1-to-1, and I had the coach working for me, and we were rammed 1-to-1. Like, I was working like 6 in the morning till like 10 at night, then trying to get him busy, squeezing consultations in for him, mentoring him, coaching him. And in the end, we went into lockdown, and that's where it hit. And when we hit, and I was like, it gave me a chance to like look over what I've been doing over the last 6 months, and I'd gone that busy that like my session quality had gone from here to like here, because I was just literally like going from one person to the next, and like I didn't have the time between the sessions to actually do anything more for the clients I was working with.
I feel like you need to get to that stage as well, though. I feel like you need to throw shit at a wall, see what sticks. You keep some, and you get to the point where, like I did, and to be fair, it happened pretty fast for me. I know PT is a fucking slow burner, and it's hard to get with clients. But once you do get it, once that momentum builds, it's hard to stop. It's hard to gather, but once it's going, it's hard to stop. So you're like, and you need to kind of rein yourself in a little bit.
Definitely.
Think about what the next steps are. Because for me, it's like, I've tried working some jobs before, and they were like non-fitness related sort of stuff, and I'm like, wasn't interested in it, and I wasn't interested in it, and I didn't get on with the person. Or if you don't have that, it's communication thing as well. If you don't get on with a person, if you don't get on with a client, how are you going to do a PT with them for 1 hour, 2 days a week for 6 months? without your head falling clean off, being such do you know what I mean? If that client's just not for you, just give them someone else. For me, that's what I thought in PT. It was a personality thing. For me, I can't pretend I'm arsed if I'm not arsed. And that's just that's an army thing, that though. Like, that just comes out. I'm just like straight to the point. I'm like, we're not asked, just tell you. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's just how it is. And I think that's a good way to be, as respectful as I am to everyone who I work with, and I always will be. If something annoys me, you're going to know about it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not being, I think you've got to be like that. I think you've got to be ruthless. You've got to think, right, this person ultimately, as much as we get up, he's not my mate. Do you know what I mean? I think you've got to be ruthless in some senses. And I think that I'm glad that the army's taught me that, because the amount of times that you've done something wrong in the army, you know it's coming. You're getting bollocked, and that's it. You're getting fucking rinsed, and you just stand there and take it like
that's
that.
In the office,
and that's what it comes to me. But at the same time, I think that's probably a downfall to me, because I'm sometimes not the best person to deliver news, just because I'm brutal. I seem like I'm not even being a dick, but it just comes across. It's like, you're a fucking knob. It's like, I'm not, mate. I'm not. I'm just telling you what I think. The amount of times like I've had to send an email or send something, not a funny one or whatever, but just like, or write a letter or something like that. And I've written it and I've showed her, and she's gone, don't say it like that. Because it sounds like I'm being a dick, but I'm not. But that's what the army's done to me. It's made me be brutal with string. And because I'm so cutthroat, straight to the point, like, that's it. Because I know I can take it. I think other people can take it.
Yeah.
And it's just not the case. So in some senses, that's probably, I'd say that's my biggest pitfall with kind of communication, the how I deliver some things. If it's not good news, or if it's not bad or something annoys me, then I can't deliver it well, because it'll come across like I'm a knobhead, even though to me, I'm not being a knobhead.
It's not necessarily a pitfall, though, is it? It could also be one of your biggest strengths, because you just don't chat shit at all. You're just very straight to the point.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. I just don't think. I don't know. I think it's worse when it's in like text or email form or whatever, because it's like ambiguous, isn't it? You can read it however you want to read it. You can't hear my tone of voice. Yeah. If I write, that was shit, full stop. And I send it to someone, or I go, oh, I said to you, oh, shit, that one. It's a bit less like, yeah, it was a bit rubbish. You know what I mean? In fact, that is shit. Full stop. If I go, oh, and you stood in front of me, I go, oh, that was a bit shit, that one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's less. And I didn't go, that's shit. It's different tone of voice. Like, however you read something on paper is completely different. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, I need something about fucking emails, basically.
Power of voice notes.
Yeah,
whenever anyone's getting some bad news or they're getting a bollocking, it's fucking
100%. She used to be a teacher, so she's like, always start with the positive. Start with the positive, then bring the bad news. This was good, but this was shit.
Shit sandwich.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So that's what she's thinking about. Anyway, I'm digressing to fucking talk to people on emails.
I think that's why I click with Mark so well, and the way Mark works with us and gets us doing stuff, because he's like you've just been saying there, Carl, like, we're used to just getting told when something's shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're shit, you weren't fast enough, you weren't fit enough.
Yeah.
Your kit's a mess, go and sort your life out.
Yeah.
Mark's been very like that from the get-go. He's just gone, your social media shit, your website shit.
It's the best way.
Is this, fix this, go and do this. And I'm just like, yeah.
That's it though, because you again. I think my miss always says she doesn't know I was in the army, but you surprised. Obviously, in the army, you used to get told what to do. She said, "I can't believe you ever let someone tell you what to do." It's like, that might be because she's looking at it from another sense, whereas I've come out of the army with that kind of strong personality that's been built there. And because she's never seen it, do you know what I mean? I've been molded there by being told what to do, and I've come out and now I'm telling people what to do. I'm like, listen, do you know what I mean? It's kind of, so she can never see that. But I'm the same. I'd rather, if it's rubbish, tell me it's shit. Tell me what you want to do better. How do you want your video? Do you want to do that? Don't put this in. Don't put that in. A month down the line, after you've done 5 videos for someone, you know exactly what they want. And you've mastered everything. It's like the worst thing you can do is show someone something and they go, yeah, it's good, but yeah. And then not say anything, but you can tell in the voice. And I'd be like, tell me. I've done that on shoots before. I'd be like, tell me, is this good? Is this what you want? Is this what you're looking for? If it's not, tell me, because I've done it to my liking.
Yeah.
Like, you've hired me for my style, I guess. And then, do you know what I mean? So we need to meet in the middle. You still need to tell me what you want, because then we can work together. It can't, if I just do what I think, then it might not be right. You're better off telling me.
I believe you when you are that upfront with them. Like, that's something I say from the first call when I sign someone up, is like, if something's gone shit this week, if you're having a nightmare, like if you're not happy, if there's an issue, just tell me. Like, you don't need to go around the bush. Just tell me, we'll fix it. And it takes a couple of weeks. It takes a couple of check-ins.
They still won't tell you.
It's still like, how's this week gone? Yeah, it was okay. And then you get into the check-in. It's like, oh, well, I had a meltdown on Tuesday. My diet was terrible on Wednesday. The kids were a nightmare on Thursday. And it's like, you could have just told me this. Like, I'm not asked. Like,
I know. That's life.
You could have
That's just life you just told me about.
You could have dealt with all this shit like last week. You've waited till now.
Yeah.
Probably my biggest thing, if I could get one thing across to everyone that I work with, just tell me. Just whatever it is, just tell me what's going on and just be straight with it, so that I don't have to like claw it out to you over. Like,
I know, it's easier, isn't it?
Claw it out to you. That's the best.
Can't be arsed with.
Phrase. Claw it out.
It just turns into a guessing game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no matter, some people though, no matter how much you say that to, they still won't tell you.
Yeah.
They still won't tell you. They'll still lie to you, and they'll still think it just to cover things up because they think it's wrong. It's like, it depends who you're working with as well. It's like,
you know what makes me laugh the most? When people apologize for asking you to do something. Have you ever had that?
No.
Have you never had that? It's like,
no, I've had someone. It's funny when I had someone message me saying, sorry to bother you. It's like, why? Sorry to bother you. I don't understand. You're just sending me a text.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. My phone lighting up. It's not bothering me. I can see it. It's. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you've not bothered me. And I feel like, yeah, that's another thing. It's like communication. Communication is, for me, is like, just because we're so used to it. That's how just things get done. Do you know what I mean? Like communication. If I text someone, granted someone's busy or whoever's busy, like people I work with are mad busy and whatever, the first thought on the mind is probably not fucking what I'm sending them a text about, but ultimately it needs a response. Do you know what I mean? It's like, communicate with me and shit's just going to get done. It's a 15-second job. If I've asked you a quick question, and I mean, so it's just that's being on time, communication are key in fucking this. Like you say, someone not communicating with you, it's not.
Does this happen with you? I want to ask you something. We have something called coach time that me and Isaac have invented. Yeah. Where we're on time for work shit. If I've got a phone call with a client, if I've got a consultation, if I've got a session, if I've got a meeting, I'm fucking there, and I'm there early, and the 15 minutes before from the army is applied, and I'm good to go and I'm ready. If I message him and say, let's go for a coffee tomorrow at 10, I'll be there about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
No, not a thing. I am there before you. End of. I'm there first. I'm winning. Mate, I have to go to wherever I go to, say I go to Ultraflex Rotherham, something like that. I know it takes me an hour and 30 to get there. I'm setting off 2 hours before.
Yeah, but I mean, if
I'm setting off more than, no, I'll never, no.
Even if it's not work related, like if you just
mate, anything. If someone is late or I'm late and I've not justified the reason that I'm going to be late, mate, I'm on pins. I'm like, I'm late.
You were late to the podcast today.
What?
You were late to the podcast.
I wasn't late at all. Excuse me, you were late. You were studying an espresso machine. I had the screen pending for 5 minutes before you walked up.
I was waiting. I was waiting till 9 o'clock, waiting to admit you. Jack turned up.
I'll tell you what I was lazy about. I was lazy about reading the email because I thought you were just sending me a reminder, and I thought, how dare you? I didn't open the email and realize there was a link inside of it. So shut your mouth.
3 minutes late, shocking.
I wasn't 3 minutes late. I've never been late in my life. I've not an inexcusable lateness. It's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's genuine. If I'm late, it's someone else's fault.
Yeah. It's my fault because I didn't send the email correctly.
That's come from the military. That's come from the army.
It's someone else's fault. Blame
Yeah.
someone else.
100%. Like that's just trained into us, I think, through habit.
Yeah, it's like my what was it? What did you say? My fault, your mistake. My mistake, your fault.
My mistake, your fault.
Stupid. Honestly, Isaac, don't go there.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
What would you advise people to join the army now, or what would you say? Has anyone asked you?
Yeah, I've had a few people ask me recently, actually, over the past like 2 or 3 weeks. I actually made one girl change her mind. She was going to join the army as an engineer. And I got
she got Royal Irish.
I got her to join the RAF instead.
Yeah, fair one.
I was like, what are you doing? She was like, oh, I want to go and fucking build bridges. I went, no, you fucking don't.
It's
I was
freezing.
Like, I sent her the link to like a fucking doormaster of a helicopter. I was like, every time I was somewhere wet and cold and miserable and I got heli lifted out, these knobheads would turn up, bone dry, warm, smiles on their faces, would pick me up, drop me off and fuck off home. Yeah. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to pick the wet, miserable knobheads up off a field.
Yeah.
Take them home and then go back to your nice warm building.
Yeah. Definitely need to consider the reasons for joining. I think if you're using it as an escape route from life, then I don't agree with that. People think, oh, I was off the rails and all this, and it's like, you don't need to join the army if you're off the rails. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's a bold move to join the army just because you're in a bit of a fucking shitstorm. Do you know what I mean? It's a heavy answer. What?
Do you not reckon you could point out the people who you've worked with in the army who were a bit of a nutter before they joined? Because
you'd know straight away.
It just makes them worse. Yeah. They're then in a culture of where that's okay.
You know, it's like people who I don't understand. I'd never understood when we were there how people could be at the bottom rank for 10, 15, 20 years, still a private or a ranger, whatever you want to call it, whatever thing you're in. Bottom rank, just joined. That's what rank you are. You've been in for 15 years and you've progressed, no %. The only thing that's gone up is your LSA days. Literally, LSA days for anyone listening is the amount of days what
you've spent away from.
You've accumulated in the field, basically doing army shit.
So like
that's all they've accumulated, and they get more than a £5 a day for going out. Like they're on £15 a day. They think they're balling as well when they're on exercise. They think, lads, I'm getting an extra 20 quid a day here because I've been in 20 years. I'm like, yeah, mate, but you're still bottom rank. You've joined when you were 16. You're now 34, and you're where you were fucking 18 years ago, pal.
Yeah. You've been in like 14 years, and I've been in 3, and I get paid more than you.
And I can tell you what to do right now. And you're also well old.
Yeah.
It's like me turning around to my dad saying, "Oi, put the bins out, dickhead." That's what it's like, innit? It's like, fuck me. Do you know what, mate? That's another reason why I could never go back as well. Imagine going back now and we going back as Lance Jackson, whatever. And this is what kind of tripped me up, I think, on my return as well. Like, I got promised one thing by the army. Do you remember? So I was supposed to come back to our platoon in the army, and I got pinged to somewhere I didn't want to be. Yeah. Well, that's not what I got promised on the rejoin. So it's like, are you surprised you've lost me again after the first hurdle, not keeping your promises? It's like, fuck me.
Yeah, like people I was like on level with when I left are now like
sergeant
ranks above me.
Yeah,
you just couldn't go back. Like
people you don't even know who's joined after you, who you've never seen in your life, would be a higher rank. You'd be like, who's he? How long's he been for? 6 years. You'd be like, fuck. And he's fucking got 2 stripes and shit.
Mad.
And they've had fuck me. But that's just I think that's the nature of it now though. I think if you go in there, I feel like from when I joined, it's easier to progress because there's more people leaving. The more desperate to get people in. I feel like they're running promotion things all the time. I remember when I joined, they not run a promotion card for fucking ages. Then they run one, and it was proper cutthroat though. It was like, no, if you want an NCO card, you want to get promoted to Lance from Ranger. If you finish that course, you're getting promoted.
Yeah.
If back thing, fuck me. I know people who've been on 3-4 NCO carders because it was that savage. It's like top 5 are getting promoted. That's it. You're like, fuck. Do you know what I mean? People in our platoons are like 4 NCO carders in the bag until they got promoted and shit. Like, fuck. Like, it was savage. Now you go in, you think, if you're going in now at 16 and you want to go in, by 19, you're a lance shark. By 21, you're a full screw. 25, if you're any good and you're on the ball and you're keen as mustard and you're fit for one, you're looking at sergeant by the time you're 26. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way it is now. I feel like I know lads. What was the youngest? 26-year-old sergeants and that. Once you're there, mate, you're laughing. You've done all your soldiering as well. You don't have to do anything anymore. 4 years boxed off, done nothing. Sergeant, admin squad, chilling, give a few bullets out and that. Mate, once you've done that, you don't even have to do any promotion courses after that. It's classroom ones. You've done the hard work, 4 years. I'm not surprised people stay when they get to that point. It's plain sailing.
See the rejoin now for the Royal Marines?
No.
They're saying like people are so desperate to rejoin. The Royal Marines are offering £10,000 tax-free grant for re-signing up, just straight away in your bank, 10 grand.
No, it can't be. It's got to be over 4 years, surely. It must be like mate, I'd fucking leave day after. I would.
There's obviously like a commitment contract to it. Like you have to give back so many.
That's what they did the reserves, don't they? It's 10 grand, but you get it over 4 years, and you've got to do X amount of days. My sister's husband's gone. He's recently left, and he's gone back in the. He's basically signed up for the reserves, and they've added to the group chat, and they're all like fully talking, like army talk and all this. I'm like, mate, you're gonna get there, and all these people like electricians and plumbers and shit, like, and they do fucking army on a weekend and get camoed up and shit, like knobheads. When you rock up there and they're all fucking rogering each other and corporaling each other this and fucking painting the face and that, you're gonna be like, fuck this, I'm over here. All to that, mate. Once you've left, leave it alone. Leave and that's it.
Leave it alone.
I can understand some sergeant majors where they're like, right, you've got to leave now. 22 years, you're not getting commissioned, and then being so institutionalized, they're going there. If you're a fucking lance chat and you've been in for 6 years and you've left because you hate it, and you think, oh, I'm going to join the reserves and get $2 grand a year to act like a fucking bell end and go camping. No, mate. It's not happening, is it? So.
What is going back to that? What you were saying there with people who are like still in the same place 16 years later? That is absolutely the most depressing thing I've ever heard in my life, and there's nothing I think of being worse. Have you got any goal of where you want to be in 10 years, Carl?
Mate, do you know what? I've not 10 years. No, I mean, I've only just got goals for this year.
Or this year, then whatever. Any goals you have in the future?
This year, I'm honestly, they're very, very minor. I know all this fucking dream big, make goals bigger than you can fucking imagine, and you might hit halfway and all this bollocks. I don't buy into all that shit, mate. I just think I just have small personal goals that I think are fairly achievable. I'm like, right, save this much money for future business investments. And then another one, it's dead simple. The only thing I've wrote in is to basically have a year now of self-developing and, like I said, reducing that work so it can be better in order to increase my price point. Like, people are charging half what I'm charging, and they're getting, let's be honest, they're getting a YouTube video. Yeah, it might not be as good, might not look as good. I'm not saying I'm the best. People are better than me out there to do it. People charge more than me, but I'm kind of in the middle kind of price range. But if you look at market value of someone who's a videographer, you're looking at about people who do these brand shoots. I know a few of them for, like, they do it for Nike, they do it for Under Armour. You're looking at about $2.5 grand a video for them for that sort of shit. So I think ultimately the goal is to be somewhere like that, have the knowledge around all the software program and video, anything I can get my hands on, resources wise, to learn. I think, and I think not get complacent is a big one. I feel like there's people doing similar things to me who they're just doing this. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, I don't want to say it, but it's like they're just doing the same thing over and over again. They don't see they feel like they're at the top of the tree. They don't the stuff doesn't change. Do you know what I mean? And like, they're just happy with where they're at, and that's probably where they'll stay. I just don't want to be that guy who's just makes the same video after same video and basically think I'm the best person. If I ever think I'm the best, or if I ever say something like I'm the fucking best videographer in the world, or I'm the fucking thing, and there's no scope, then fucking punch me in the face. It's literally, mate, because sometimes people don't even see that they're doing it. I think people write stuff and they're very fucking narcissistic about where they are actually at, and they think they've got no room for improvement, and they think that basically they're just top of the fucking tree. And I think that's the worst place you can be. And I've promised myself to never get to that stage. No matter how much business you get, no matter how much you're charging for a video, never be that. Never be egotistical. Always give advice. Always help people who are coming up. Because I feel like if you put yourself in, and ultimately I think something I want to be is probably in the future like an educator. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if you're educating people, you've got a position of what should I say?
Authority.
Kind of authority. I don't want to say authority, but it's like if you look like you're the one educating people, people are going to bypass those people you've educated, and they're going to come straight to you because you're the one who already knows the shit. Do you know what I mean? The main people, the bulk of it, the big clients are going to come to you because you're the person who's teaching all the stuff. They're not going to go to someone smaller. They're still on the rise. Do you know what I mean? They're still coming through. I think this is a 5-year thing. I don't see it becoming any soon. I think I am progressing pretty quick, but I've got fucking so much to learn. It's ridiculous. And I think the main goal for this year is just learning it and just getting grips to other things and not biting off more than I can chew, basically. Just self-developing. Because ultimately, this is going to be like, after last year was fucking chaos, obviously, with COVID and shit like that. And I've not been working for fucking 7 months of last year. This year, I think it's just about, this year is a proper first year of business I think I'm going to do properly. And I think to not get ahead of myself. I think I can quickly get ahead of myself and start saying, right, yeah, I'm not taking any less than this for a video. I'm not doing, I'm not, do you know what I mean? Playing stuff down, not doing things, thinking I'm better than I am. And I don't want to be that guy. Do you know, who thinks they're better than I am.
Not getting complacent is how you actually will get to the top.
Yeah.
How you will become unbelievable at any given field. Like if you get towards the top and then get complacent and stay there, like them people you're talking about, it's just never going to progress. If you get to that point and still have that same level of hunger, you're going to be unbelievably good at what you do.
Yeah, I think another thing I've always said is like, we used to see it in the army, do you know, like fucking career laughs and all that. People fucking, when people would fucking, someone of fucking authority would say something, who's like, you're too side at something, and fucking people would laugh at shit that's not funny. I'm like, fuck off, it's not funny. Like, there's nothing worse for me. I hate fucking arse licking. I will not arse lick anyone to get wherever I want, because I know I can add fucking more value to their business than what they know. And if I start arse licking people to get jobs and fucking, I'm undermining myself. I'm undervaluing myself by doing that. Please give me the job. Right, comment on people's shit like sucking their ass, saying, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I can't stand it. I won't fucking do that shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really into that. And people just fucking commenting shit on people's Instagrams just to get fucking looking. And it's like, someone who they employ posts something of theirs and they're like, oh yes, do you know, like proper arse leaking comments, shit like that. I'm like, I don't know you can bring yourself to do that. It's like, it's for me, it's like, it's almost undervaluing yourself, like to suck up to someone. It's like, I've never done that.
Okay.
In the army, but there's fucking, honestly, you see it so much, and I think it's just cringeworthy.
Yeah.
And as much as it can get you where you want to be or whatever, I wouldn't be willing to step into that. I'm also like, I wouldn't give someone else the satisfaction of, like being starstruck with them and stuff like that. Like if someone really big was to fucking message me and say, I want you to do this video for me and all that. When I meet them, it don't matter who they are. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to have respect for myself and have respect for them, but I'm not going to start arse licking them just because they've got 2.2 million fucking followers on Instagram. I don't give a fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? If I could meet anyone in the street. It could be fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. I could see him in M&S. I wouldn't go over and get a selfie with a cunt. I'd just fucking walk over, get me bananas and fuck off. And then I'd probably tell my bird when I go home, see Ronaldo at M&S today. And that'd be it. That'd be it. I don't feel like, do you know what I mean? Fucking arse licking for me is fucking, it's just something I won't do. I think you deserve the respect as well as them. Do you know what I mean? Just because you have this, you've done these accomplishments and all that, which obviously you have massive respect for. And you see stuff on Instagram and you think, fucking hell, he's like, someone's won X amount of gold medals and all this. You know what I mean? You can, appreciate it and whatever. And you would say, obviously you would give them fucking, I'm not saying don't compliment people and say, well done for things. This is fucking amazing what you're doing and all that sort of stuff. But generally clear cut fucking rimming of people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's fucking, you look like a dick. You like to say, that person who you're rimming knows you're fucking rimming them for a reason. And think, who's this guy licking my ass? Do you know what I mean? That's what I think.
Yeah.
People do you know what I mean? I hope people can relate to that.
You can pay respect to people, but there's like if you licking someone's ass for no reason, it's just sort of like demeaning yourself. And
yeah, it is massively.
It's almost like you're just saying immediately, subconsciously, there's communication that you're a better person than me.
Yeah, it literally is. Yeah, it's literally it.
Who the fuck anyone is, no matter what they've achieved.
Like when you comment on the stuff, it's like you have power over me because I am writing this on your thing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. It's like you're giving that person the power to get to tell you what to. Do you know what I mean? It's like if they can't, and that's where I think people lose their place in stuff and get like disrespected, and people start to be undervalued. Like people like myself, people are like, if I go to do a video of someone and they're like try and get me to do other shit outside of what I'm getting paid for, like fucking driving about and that, and I'm like, I'm your fucking video. We're here to make a fucking docu-series or whatever it is. I'm not a fucking driver. Do you know that type of stuff? It's like,
with some people.
Do you know what I mean? You come like a little fucking pawn. It's like, what the fuck? I'm just fucking someone's skivvy here. And it's like, do what you come to do and nothing else. Well, not nothing else, obviously, because you get on with that person and you fucking, not in so many words, but like, do your job, but it's like, I'm not going shopping for you. You know, that type of thing. I think people can lose respect for themselves pretty quickly.
Well, I think that links into a little bit what you're saying about making sure you're not taking on too much and making sure the quality of your work stays high. I feel like when you said that before, it's like absolutely perfect business models. Like when you see like people taking on like ridiculous amounts of clients, how can you be delivering that level of quality? If you just reduce that, increase your price, you make more money, your quality of work is better, and you can then go and actually progress your business because the quality of your work is better. People see that shit and they're like, wow.
Because well, you have the time on the side as well for yourself to actually make that better. If you're taking on too much, the more you can chew. It's like me doing the 6 edits a week or whatever that time, and I fucking my head fell off. Like if you're doing that every week, you're not gonna. I feel like you're not gonna. Although you're doing edit after edit after edit after edit, there's no in between. You create. Do you know what I mean? You've burnt out. You're looking at a screen. Everything looks the fucking same. It's like, you may as well not fucking bother. You've no time to actually make them.
Definitely both been there, Jack, haven't we?
Yeah, we were saying the other day, like, you see trainers putting on their stories, like, signing up 60 people, setting up 100 people this week, setting up 60 people this week, just got 40 new sign-ups.
Yeah.
You're chaining out shit.
Yeah.
If you set all 60 of those people up this week, all 60 of those people need the money back because what you give them is shite.
Yeah.
You can't set 60 human beings up with a coaching fucking program.
I'd say I'd about set 20 up and charge them double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's because, do you know what another thing is? I feel like if you're charging whatever you're charging, I feel like it has direct correspondence of what gets produced. If you're giving me fucking £100 for doing something, you're gonna get fucking £100 worth. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna spend no fucking time on that.
Yeah.
If you're paying me fucking £1,000 for something for a minute video on Instagram, I'm gonna fucking try very, very, very fucking hard on that video.
Yeah.
Give me £100, fucking hell. I'll get out of bed for £100.
But same the other way around though. Like if someone's paid you £90, they'll miss a check-in. They won't reply back to you.
Yeah.
Won't do the workouts.
Yeah.
If someone's paid you £1,200,
yeah,
they message you every day.
Yeah, they're on it.
Why hasn't this been done? Like, can you update this for me? I need help with this.
And that way you get better results as well.
Yeah, I get better.
It almost becomes not even about the money. It's about the fact that you want to do it and you want to do it properly and you want to give a service that you want to think. It's like sometimes I rock up to a video. Sometimes I have done in the past, and it's like, oh yeah, just film this and film that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you just want me to run around the gaff and fucking just film random shit and random people, and like, it's just like, I don't fucking get it. I don't.
It snowballs. Like if you're paying a lot of money for something, if you're charging a lot of money for something, the quality is going to be unbelievable. You can charge more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's silly when people take on loads of clients for stupidly low prices. It's never going to progress.
I think at the same time though, you need to understand where you're actually at on the ladder and your experience level. It's like me, I wouldn't want to charge someone £1,000 for a video, like just like a little bit, do you know what I mean? On alone, just that video alone in isolation. Usually I'll give someone a video and I'll give them like loads of fucking screen grabs from the thingy. I'll do them a thumbnail, do a YouTube video. Do you know what I mean? They get all that for the money, but that's because you've got to understand where you are in experience level. I know at this point, I'm only fucking 12 months in-ish. I can't be going around charging people that yet. Eventually, we'll be charging people that, but you need to understand where you're at. So if you're charging someone 80 quid for a fucking, a month for online coaching or whatever it is, that's you understanding your experience level. But for you, that should be enough where that's a lot of money to you. You're fucking trying really fucking hard at working your best ability, for that price. And if you think as you grow, your experience grows, you've got 2 years, 3 years experience, your price goes up, obviously the quality goes up. But again, you need to be working, say, right, that's worth 200 quid a month. I'm spending loads of time on you. My knowledge is fucking unrivaled at the minute. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's understanding where people are very quick to go in and say, I'm doing that for, I ain't doing that for fucking 300 quid a video. And it's like, mate, you've been doing it fucking 6 months. You should be lucky getting 300 quid a video. You've not even fucking color graded your last 5 videos. Do you know what I mean? You use the same music on that type of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's a
you need to be able to back up your price.
Yeah, I think that also comes down to an ego thing as well. People are charging whatever they want, thinking they're fucking class, and they're actually not all that. And that's again not respecting the process, I guess, of people. Even if you're 5-6 years in experience-wise as a coach or whatever you are, feel like you're only 5-6 years in. It's like if you're 5-6 years in the training, you're still a fucking beginner, really, aren't you? You're only just getting to that mid-level, really. If you've over 5 years of training, it's like.
We say it all the time. Have you ever seen the graph of like years of experience and like what I think I know and what I actually know? And like when you start is all the way up here, and then the longer you're in, what you think you know is like on the ground. Like,
but then the graph is what you actually do know is constantly going up gradually.
Yeah.
There's like a fucking X graph.
Like I know. From when we used to work together, Carl, in the gym that we don't name, I didn't have a fucking clue compared to what I know now. But I also know now that I haven't got a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Compared to like compared to Mark, my knowledge is like a pebble in the ocean.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? You think, but at present, you're sat there thinking, I'm fucking decent at this. You can get carried away. I think you need to fucking drop the ego at all times. I think as soon as you get an ego, you're just a bit like, I know it all. You end up in a fucking spiral that I fucking know it all. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with telling yourself that you're fucking good at what you do and all that, obviously, because you need that sort of self-motivation within you. But I think to say, I'm the fucking best, I'm the finished article, do you know what I mean? You get your ego carried away with it. And I feel like that's a downfall, isn't it? That it's like you've lost. You've only been doing it 3 years. It's like I look at someone else's shit, people who are doing travel videos and all this, they're using all this. I watch a tutorial on YouTube. Mate, if you're still watching tutorials on YouTube and you're still looking at other people's content for learning, that's fucking enough justification to yourself that you don't know it all. Do you know what I mean? If you have egos, if you don't watch that shit or whatever, then you've got complacent, you think you're fucking better than you are. Do you know what I mean? That's probably where you're at. Because no matter how much years experience you have, 25, 30 years experience, some fuckers out there, they've got 40 years experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, where does it end? It never fucking ends. And you need to accept that it never ends.
Yeah. It's levels.
Levels.
That's
what I think about that.
That was a great conversation. Have you got anything you want to chat about?
I have, yeah. If you're on about my fucking, you said before that you're looking at my videos and said you'd better be able to pick them out from whatever. Off that, the next couple of videos that come out, Callum Rystrix just posted one. Yeah. I'm changing it up a little bit. This is I'm trying to like self-development, separate from myself. I think now it might become unrecognizable. So it was funny when you said that. I thought, I don't know, I feel like now after a couple of others, I feel like it might be a bit, it probably still has the same fucking twang, but.
When did he post it?
One of Callum's that he's put up today.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh no, it's a picture. I thought it was a video. It's a picture.
To be fair, even the pictures look a little bit different. Like normally your shit's a lot. It's
mate, they're lost what?
Normally your shit's like gritty.
Mate.
Is candy off the chain?
What? No.
Is that candy?
Oh, that was my phone. That sorry.
No, they're actually just screen grabs from the video. Then they're not actual pictures.
It does look different though. You've got a different.
That's good. That's good.
It doesn't look like something I've seen from you before.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we're going for. I'm trying to.
You just got to constantly evolve, haven't you?
That's it. And I think I'm just I'm just choosing each aspect to like develop at once. You know what I mean? I've got them written down upstairs, but I feel like, right, I'm going to go through these one at a time. I'm going to master one at a time. I'm going to say, right, I want to try that next. And do you know what, mate? It's really, it's a different ball game videoing someone's YouTube and them saying, I want an Instagram trailer. Most people want YouTube. You want a YouTube video because they want an Instagram trailer because they want fucking bare likes on the gram. And it's the wrong fucking approach. It's like, it's a business investment, especially if you're paying for it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but some people, they'll message you and they'll just be like, I want this, I want a video. It's like, why do you want it? Why do you want it? You want it for likes on Instagram, don't you? Yeah. and they put it on Instagram, mate, and it gets fucking 50 likes because they got 10,000 followers and gets shit likes or whatever. People think, and it's like, if you're doing stuff like this and it's YouTube content and all that, one Instagram video with no money behind it from a YouTube trailer on your page is going to do fuck all. It's not going to do anything. One video on your page is not going to do anything. When you start to build a brand image over time and start to invest consistently in someone like me or whoever else is doing it, whoever you wish to choose, whoever style suits yours, that's fucking entirely up to you. But as soon as you invest in them full time, you think, right, I'm going to plunge a bit of money into this. But ultimately, in 2-3 months' time, when we've had free filming sessions, and from each session we give you a month's worth of content, your brand image on that page, then you're going to see a difference. You can't post your fucking tea on your iPhone and then post a sick edit work it, and then post you have a fucking brew in your fucking room the next day, because that Instagram video that we've made, it's only going to be, people are only going to see it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Do you know what I mean? After that, it's few and far between. It's fizzled through. It's filtered out.
The same shit with everything. Like if people, you go, oh yeah, one Instagram trailer is it's a fucking drop in the ocean. It's gonna do absolutely fucking nothing. It's the same as when people will be like, oh yeah, it's January, I'm gonna smash it, and they do it for a week, and they're like, oh, well, nothing fucking.
Same,
Your body's exactly the same. You have to do everything for a prolonged period before it's ever going to make an actual impact. You can't just smash its head in for 4 days and then expect to be fucking ripped.
I think people need to come to terms with that before they do plunge it into, and they need to consider, I think, overall what they're trying to achieve and the budget for it. It's like some people might get a video off someone else and then, or go for coaching someone else, and then someone else undercut someone else. And if you're going to the person who's just undercut someone else because of the sake of undercut them, then you're not valuing the service. And the chances are you don't even know why you want the service anyway. So if they come to me and they say, I want a video on all this, and then we start doing them 2 weeks, and then after a week or so, or 2 weeks, 2 filming sessions, they thought, fuck it, I'm going to use the other guy because he's cheaper, he's undercut, and I'm getting, do you know what I mean? I'm still getting the video content stuff. I think they're just going for the cheapest option. Do you know what I mean? It's like, stop going for the cheaper. If you've not got the budget and you want the content, find someone who fits your budget. Do you know what I mean? It happened to me. I had a lad who did this, right? And he's fucking sound guy. And he's trying to progress his online client business. And he basically said, I did 4 video sessions with him. And at the time I was charging fucking peanuts. This is when lockdown came off. And all this work started coming my way, and I was like, fuck me, what do I do here? And I was on these prices, which I probably should have been a bit more. So my workload was fucking ridiculous. My price point was fucking Peasantville, right? Next minute, this guy who I was doing, and I really got on with the lad, really sound, and I still do get on with it. But he basically turned around and said, I'm going to get this other guy to do it because he lives on the next street to me, and he's way cheaper. So I was like, sound, do that then. I've seen nothing from him since, like on Instagram or whatever, but like he's still posting stuff, but I've not seen any of this style content from him, even when the gyms are open and whatever. So it just shows that it's not always the fucking...
You've got to make the sacrifices and the investment, not necessarily investments in terms of money, but just in general. If you want to achieve something, sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah.
For a long period.
Yeah.
Like, going back to what you were saying there about people wanting an Instagram trailer because they think it's going to revolutionize their business. They're probably looking at the top people and people that you're working with and thinking, wow, fucking hell. Like, if I get him to do that for me, I'm going to have that big of a following. They don't realize all the work that's gone in for the years before that to get them to the point where they can post 3 or 4 Instagram trailers and get fucking loads of engagement.
Yeah.
They're expecting to just be able
it's like when you employ someone like yourselves, you think, fucking hell, I've got fucking Jack and Isaac coaching me next week. I've automatically lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? That's what you think.
You've actually got to fucking do the work.
Yeah, you've actually got to see it out.
Yeah.
To see the thing, and it's a short term loss, really, isn't it, for a long term gain.
Yeah.
All the time, at all times, like no matter how much I could do someone, like do content for someone for their Instagram or whatever it is, PT coaching business, like do some monthly. I got a couple of lads who I do some monthly content stuff with, and it's like them, like, yeah, initially 2, 3, 4 months maybe, you feel like you're losing X amount of money a thing, but after that, and it starts building, and you're fucking out, all the content you're putting out, people are buying into it, people are messaging you about it, and they think, fuck me, I just picked up 10 clients this month off the back of all the good content I've been putting out. So say I've charged them fucking 500 quid a month for doing all the fucking content with them, like professionally, everything looks fucking sick, Q&As, fucking pictures, fucking Instagram, training, coaching, all that bollocks, whatever they want to do, we'll always have a conversation before it, and we'll We'll chat about what they want to do, and we'll turf all his content out. Once people start buying into it, and if you get 10 clients a month, I've had 10 new sign-ups, and I charge £100 a month. I'm like, for that fucking, I've made £50, 50% fucking profit on what I've given them. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So again, with the price point, what I find is people need to consider that their gain from what they are investing. People are like, I ain't fucking paying 400 quid every fucking thing. I'm like, if you pay me 400 quid and then I get you 40 clients in a month from the content that we make, is that fucking 10% that you're paying me relative to your fucking thing? I should be charging you fucking triple that, because do you know what I mean? The value that I'm giving to your business and how it's fucking building it needs to be considered off what you're making. If fucking Nike come to me and say, I want a fucking advert doing for this just on social media, we're going to promote it, all that shit like we do, and for a pair of fucking running trainers, and they're going to sell fucking 1 million pairs of these running trainers at £110 a pop, and they want to pay me 500 quid for a fucking video, I'll say, fuck your mum. Do you know what I mean? Basically, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, you're going to make millions off these. I want fucking 10 grand for doing a video. I fucking do. Simple as that. And even then, to drop in the ocean. Drop in the ocean. All you've done is sold fucking 100 pairs and fucking you signed. You've got another 900,000 pairs to sell. It's like, words that people don't understand that. People are like, I'm not paying that, I'm not paying that, I'm not paying that. But down the line, you'll be glad you did pay that when you're earning triple, quadruple the amount you're actually investing into your company.
Exactly.
People don't understand that. And that's just people's naivety towards fucking how shit works, basically.
Yeah. It's like us, isn't it? So it's like us with Mark Jack, innit? So I feel like, should we tell people?
What?
We've got to now. Me and Jack are both working with a business mentor, and it was fucking hefty sum of money.
Yeah.
It's like, you could look at it like, wow, that's like fucking so much money. Be asked paying that. But then if you actually think it's a 6-month mentorship, the money that we just paid is going to be more than made back. It pretty much already is made back off the first 2 weeks. Like so it's one of them. Like, if you make the investments and you make the sacrifices and you actually throw yourself into something.
Yeah. I feel like it's also picking, like you said, you've picked fucking, obviously, Mark, who's calls, who's fucking, I've never met the guy, I know of him. But it's picking the right person, I guess, for the job, because I did try this. I tried it and I picked the wrong person purely for the fact that there was in a different industry to me, like business mentorship. Did I tell you about this, Jack?
No.
I picked someone to get business mentorship off, and I went on the back of someone else's successes with it, but he was in a different industry, and I think that was the downfall. And he wanted me to do things that I didn't want to do, basically. And put it on my website, and I was like, I don't think that correlates. And it was like, I think it's a relationship as well as getting told what to do. I think it's a relationship of what you want, and I think that it didn't correlate directly to what was necessary for me. I think, like, do you know, like, it wanted me to put basically reviews and shit on my website. I didn't want to put reviews on my website. Why the fuck would I want to put reviews on my fucking website? Why? I've got a portfolio of videos on my Instagram. I've got a portfolio of videos on my website.
Yeah.
Do you like it or do you not? That's my fucking review.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't need someone to say, Carl's fucking dead good at videoing. He's fucking and film it on their own phone when I'm supposed to be a video producer and I'm putting fucking shit content filmed on a selfie cam on my website. Do you know what I mean? Why the fuck would I do that? I'm fucking supposed to produce professional quality videos. I got some twat on a fucking thing going, Carl's fucking dead good at videoing stuff. He made a mistake for me, and he's filming on his selfie cam in his fucking front room. The lighting looks yellow. He's no fucking setup. I look a right fucking novice. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I'm not doing that. Basically, I'm not doing it because
the guy with the big glare down his camera this whole podcast.
The work in this sense, the work speaks for itself.
He didn't even hear that.
But
the guy who's had a big glare down his camera the whole podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's what's like, isn't it?
Anyone who's just listening, Carl's got a big glare off his lights,
That's what
right
it's like.
down the middle
I
of
looked
the
at
camera.
my website though.
The fantastic videographer that we've brought on for the podcast episode today has got the worst lighting setup out of all three of us for this
Yeah, to
episode.
be honest, I don't think I needed a light setup. I thought this was going on fucking iTunes. Next when you say we're fucking live on fucking Channel 4. It took me by surprise. Fuck's sake. I didn't know it was airing tonight. What time are we on? 9 o'clock?
Man.
Just past the watershed because I've been swearing and that.
Yeah.
The watershed's 9 p.m. That's when you can start swearing and having sex and videos and that.
Make sure we put an explicit warning.
But yeah, so that's why I did. Well, I think, and now I don't know. I think I've gone off the idea now of getting a business mentor. I don't know. I don't know if I should or not. What do you think? Do you think I don't know.
Time's got to be right, hasn't it?
Yeah, for me this year, this is the second business mentor I've had this year. And the first one, I spoke to you, Carl, last time I seen you, about the first guy I was working with.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible. Like, it was fantastic for the first, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the level of service just dropped off.
Yeah, I was wondering that when you started mentioning all this bloody lot. Then I was like, what happened to fucking Yon Man down here?
I kicked off. Like, for the money I'd paid them to come and act as a business mentor, and the level of service I was delivering to my clients who are paying a fraction of what I'd paid these guys.
Yeah.
And I was delivering a better level of service. I was like, why am I here?
Yeah. I guess it fucking goes with anything. You've got to fuck something up first before you get it right. It's like you have to and like I said, that's just going back to the sense that not everyone's for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying you can't have all the fucking PT clients. Everyone can't ask me to do a video. And as soon as you accept that, is when you start probably progressing, because I feel like that shit actually slows you down because you're too busy thinking, why the fuck have they not chosen me? Why the fuck have they not want me to PT them? Why the fuck? Do you know what I mean? It's like you're too busy worrying about other people. Do you know what I mean? Like you're completely out of control of people's fucking decisions and what they're drawn to. It's like me saying, fucking, what's your favourite colour? And not being blue and being pissed off with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have it all. Do you know what I mean? You can't have all the clients. You're not going to get on with everyone in the world. As soon as you just take your eye off and stop looking at other people and what they're actually doing, then I think like as well, Instagram's fucking brutal for that. I feel like people are on there basically justifying themselves, how fucking busy they are. Fucking, this is me on the fucking going here today. No. I've fallen for it. I've done it in the past where I've been like fucking tagging off and fuck, I'll tag this person, I'll fucking thing, I'll show everyone who I'm fucking working with and all this. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've got to the stage now where it's like, why do I care about that shit? Why did I ever care? But going through the initial growth period, you're like, fucking yeah, you're fucking like that. I feel like everyone does it. And I've just sort of thought, no, I'm going to fucking stay in my own lane, do my own thing. I'm going to say fuck all. I'm not going to go on fucking Instagram and say, these are my goals. My goals for this year are to be a fucking biggest G ever and all this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be vocal to everyone else who have no fucking relevance in my life. Like, if someone else knows my goal, that's doing, what's that doing for me? Like, people are vocal about it all the time. It's like, just fuck it. They're not their goals. No one gives a fuck. Just go upstairs, write on your whiteboard and leave it on there all year and work towards them yourself. And when you've achieved something, you'll have something to say, look at this. Really happy with this. Really happy with this. Instead of going, I'm fucking sick lad. I earn this much money a fucking year. I produce this. I've been working with this guy. I'm fucking with that. It's like, stay humble about your fucking progresses, because sooner or later, people are going to think you're a fucking twat. Do you know what I mean?
That needs to be a snippet.
No, do you know what I mean? Say you obviously
That needs to be the snippet for this podcast.
That's
obviously show your work and show what you've achieved and all that sort of stuff, but just like say nothing, just move in silence. And
that's when you're gonna do the best as well. You're doing it for you because you enjoy it. You're just fucking doing it. When you're doing it to impress other people, and
people doing it for Instagram, putting it on there just to say I'm this busy, I've got this many clients, I've got this thing, and it's like, give a shot. And like, when you've done the work and it's really good, and don't say anything until it's done. Don't say this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Don't say fuck all. At the end of it, when you've finished it, then say, I produced this piece of work, this piece of content. I'm really fucking proud of this. because they get, show me the end product. Don't fucking chat about it, and then that's it. And then, do you know what I mean? Just show me when it's done. Show me, and then that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, just show yourself what you can fucking achieve. If you start posting, no one gives a fuck anyway. No one gives a shit. No one even reads your captions. Do you know what I mean? No one goes on and goes, okay, someone's wrote a big or whatever. If it's not, like, obviously you put a title, you guys put a title on your content and stuff like that, and the people who are interested in that title will read it. The people who aren't interested in it, 95% of people probably, it doesn't fucking even correlate to, but that's not the goal. The goal is for you to help one person, do you know what I mean, from that piece. For me, it's just like, I can write something, the chances are no fucker's going to read it anyway. Don't matter. Stop writing fucking, stop telling people you take over the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no point. Just tell yourself that, and if you know that, just show it at the end.
Yeah, that's
so. I think that's a big thing for me. I really fucking hate that. People looking for validation, justification through social media, and people putting pictures on Instagram just for people to DM them and say, someone's like, it's like someone saying, someone with fucking six-pack abs saying, posting a picture and they're like, feeling a bit bloated today. Everyone message him, oh no, you look great, you look fucking fantastic. And they're like, that's why they're doing it. And it's like, fucking stop it. It's like, everyone can see your great cheese on your fucking abs, you chiseled out your fucking mind. Like, I feel bloated. You do, yeah? I feel well bloated. I had some fucking milk 5 minutes ago and I feel fat. It's like, fucking hell.
You're fucking killing me, man.
It's been a bit fucking. This is what I like, then. This is probably why I shouldn't fucking be able to deliver things.
This is why we brought you on, because I knew you were going to go off on some fucking tangents.
So we hate ass licking and we hate people looking for attention on Instagram.
Yeah, and validation and justification and fucking all other things. I'm just a firm believer in doing it for yourself, here, to be honest. Do it for yourself, and as soon as you stop worrying about others, then I feel like that's when you're going to make some fucking real moves in whatever industry you're in. Which I'm sure a lot of people agree with. I think people are more coming around to that mindset anyway now. I feel like there is obviously the people who are fucking on Instagram and thinking, but I feel like it's being phased out slightly. I think people are being a bit more less Instagrammy. Should I say? Do you know what I mean? Before it was all about look at me. You do have the fucking people like that, but people are becoming a bit more receptive to other people's journeys and all that sort of stuff.
I think after this year as well, people just aren't asked. Like, everyone's had a shit year in some way or other. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had a really good year, but there's been some tough shit that's gone on for all of us, and I think people just aren't asked about an Instagram of like someone who's like pretending to have an issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you were saying there, like, oh, I feel a bit bloated with six-pack abs. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Or like, oh my God, I'm in lockdown in Dubai on a beach. Like, no one's asked. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so I think that this year, like, one of the good things that's come from this year is that if you're not genuine about what you're putting up, people are just like, oh, fuck off.
People can sniff the bullshit.
People can see through things anyway, can't they? That's why it's best not to fucking say anything unless it's got a fucking meaning. I'm not a fucking massive on fucking Instagram anyway. Don't get me wrong, I go on it all the time. I go on it all the fucking time, but I don't go on it looking for. To be honest, sometimes I can't even justify why I go on it. When I go on it, I feel like I'm going on for work. I feel like I see everything as, when I go online, I feel like when I go on Instagram, I feel like I'm looking for potential business opportunities.
That's literally all it is for me now.
Yeah, same.
It's just a part of my working day.
I don't really go on there looking for advice. Do you know what? I look for to learn off a select few people who I follow, like video makers and shit like that. But that's probably about it. But I'm mostly like YouTube. If I go on Instagram, then it's for business opportunities, or someone who I follow, I learn off, has notified me that they put a YouTube video up and I want to go and fucking watch it because I like their style of work and I'm going there for that. So everything's kind of, in my mind now, it's like business related. Whereas I think when I was in the army and I was 23 and I was going out all the time, it's just see someone's fucking pictures. Who's got the most bottles of fucking Grey Goose, motherfuckers? You know what I mean? That's what it felt like though. Like, show me your night out pics. And now it's like, I don't give a fuck about your night out pics. If you post a night out pic, it's fucking, you're getting rejected.
You're getting unfollowed.
Yeah.
I had a weird conversation about this yesterday. Something like you said before, Isaac, as well. Like I said, like I don't go on Instagram for enjoyment. Like I'm not going on there to pass time. It's got like there's a purpose for me going on there. And someone asked me about training yesterday and was like, "What's your favorite exercise?" I was like, "I haven't got one.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like I don't enjoy training."
Yeah. I
Imagine,
think,
like
do you
the
know what?
fitness messaged me and was like, "What? But you're a coach? What do you mean you don't enjoy training?" I was like, "I like going to the gym. Like I like seeing my mates. I like going and training, and I enjoy the process. But I don't enjoy the exercises. Like they're heavy, they're uncomfortable, they hurt. I'm physically going to get on each exercise to fuck myself up.
Yeah.
There's nothing fun about that. Like I don't enjoy that bit.
Mm.
If I could do it, if I could get the end result of having bigger muscles and being stronger without doing that, I would.
Yeah.
It's the end result I'm going for. I'm
Yeah.
not like I'm not on Instagram because I want to get loads of likes. I'm not going to the gym because I enjoy doing a fucking leg extension.
Mm.
Leg extension's fucking shit, but it needs to get done.
I'm here for the
Instagram
one
is
big
where
one.
most of our clients come from, so it's somewhere I need to go to.
Yeah. I like, do you know what though? Saying that I like Instagram. I probably consume more than I should as well. Like, I don't give a fuck about half the shit I read. I don't. Because that's just the nature of it. And the chances are, that's why, in comparison to other people, I don't follow that many people. I follow people who are friends or people who I've worked with or people I've worked for. Maybe even people I'll be interested in working with to see what kind of content they're putting out and like whether we could potentially be we could work together in future or stuff like that. Because obviously you have your people who you fucking love to work with because you love their style. Like I want to work with I'm interested in doing I want to do a documentary series with a CrossFit athlete, obviously, because I'm fucking interested in this. So I might follow some of them who are going to do well in the UK or, do you know what I mean? And have a bit of story behind them. And I do enjoy it. I enjoy going on Instagram and social media, and I probably consume way too much than I should, even though I don't look at that many people's shit. I probably follow some people who give no relevance to my life whatsoever. I feel like more importantly, it's like you need to give some value to someone on Instagram. Some people obviously just do it for the mates and stuff like that, but I feel like you need to give value to someone. For me, it's a portfolio. It's a work portfolio. Do you know what I mean? It's not really. I'm giving value. I don't know if I'm giving value per se. It's my intention to in future. I just don't think I'm in a position and experience level now to be the person who tells people what to do.
Yeah.
Although I do get some messages all the time, like the odd one, someone asking me about something rare, rare. Maybe every couple of months I get someone asking me about something, but that's fully understandable because I know where I am in the game, and maybe in 5 years' time I'll have more people asking me. But right now I'm not in a position to give that value and be the educator because I don't fucking know enough, and I won't tell everyone I know enough. Right now I use it as a work portfolio and maybe just somewhere to look back on where I can track my progress. I can fucking scroll back to July 2020 and look at a video I've done. I can scroll forward to January 2021 and look at the video I've done and think, fucking go on, son. You know what I mean? A bit of self fucking appreciation, thinking, well done, mate. You're fucking making some moves there. There is progress. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't have that to look back on, it's hard to monitor. That's my form of data. Your form of data is fucking writing. Last week I fucking hamstring curled fucking 5 kg. This week I did fucking 50 kg. You know what I mean? My data is there. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I use it for. I won't fucking poo-poo the Instagram. And I fucking actually admire them people who put things on Instagram for the likes and they have fucking big followings and they earn a fucking killing off it. Because if that's how they've probably been there from Instagram from the start. And if that's the way you're going to make money, then fair fucking play. Because if I get my nips out and fucking have a big, massive platform to sell to, ultimately, that's what they're doing as well. They're selling to everyone on Instagram. They're making money. They're not there just to have 100,000 followers. They're there. They've got 100,000 followers for a reason, because they're going to sell something to these people, whether it's a glute program, whether it's a booty fucking shit. I couldn't give a fuck what you're selling. If you're selling it and you make it and that's your means of income, then fair play. I don't care what it is, really, to be honest. Like, I have no thoughts. I don't even, do you know what I mean? It's like, I wish I could fucking get my nips out once on Instagram and get paid fucking X amount for one post.
Here's a question for you. Would you, if you didn't use Instagram for a business, would you use Instagram?
Would I use it? I reckon I would use it, yeah. I reckon
I wouldn't.
I don't know.
I deleted it before I became a coach and then got it back when I
Yeah.
became a coach.
You know what, it's funny. It's funny that one, because when Instagram got started, I always had Instagram, but I never posted on Instagram. And then I did start to post on Instagram as I'd say as I got into fitness, as I started to do CrossFit and stuff like that, and my lifting and stuff like that, then I started to put it on there. I started to put like a lift on there because I love watching that shit. I love watching people lift weights and fucking all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? That for me, that's entertaining. Fucking don't get me wrong. I don't look at something and think, oh fucking hell, I wish I could clean as much as him. But if I watch someone fucking do a clean and jerk at fucking 100 kg, I want to watch it because I think I enjoy it, and I fucking enjoy weightlifting. I enjoy sport. It's something I enjoy. So I think I would use it if I had a purpose for it, like fitness, like posting my fitness journey on there as such and whatever. But I've never been the type of person to post pictures of myself on a night out and stuff like that, or naked in the fucking swimming pool. Do you know what I mean? It's just, but I think that's just a personality thing. To them, they might like looking at other people's fucking rigs and thinking, fucking hell, it's a good photo. I want to do a photo like that. I want to do a photo in a pool. I want to do a photo in a pool like this with a fucking top off. You might want to do that. For me, it's like, I'm going to watch someone fucking clean 150 and fucking maybe analyze the technique as they're doing it, because I could probably learn something from them and fucking apply it to myself. Do you know what I mean? So I think it all has its purpose in that sense. I don't know if I would use it massively, but I think I would use it.
It's definitely like, I think it gets, social media in general gets like shit on, but I think it's one of the fucking best things that there is for both vehicle for business. Like, it's completely free advertising, which has never been a thing ever. But it also, I think a lot of people, like people who don't use it for business, especially girls, like get really caught up on fucking comparing themselves to people. Which I think,
It's bad. Yeah, it depends. It depends what mindset you're in and how you think towards it. I guess it's good. Instagram's good, but then there's other sides of social media that people don't consider. People are like, fucking, I don't need to be on social media. It's like, well, in some senses you do. What about like fucking advertising on Google and just like being on Facebook? Some businesses are shocking on Instagram. You wouldn't even recommend them to be on Instagram. It's like if you look at AO.com, one of the biggest retailers of fucking washing machines and shit in the country, if not the world or whatever, they're based in Bolton. Mate, you go on their Instagram, I'm pretty sure they've got about 300 followers. Like they have. I think they've got. I'm going to check now. I'm pretty sure they've got about 300 followers. AO.com. Not that one. Was it AO? I can't remember who it was. Someone's had about that. I remember looking. Anyway, it's not AO. But to be fair, they've only got 60k. AO, and they're one of the biggest companies in the world. Then maybe just Instagram's not the right platform for them. But if you look at people sell, I've got a woman on my Facebook, and she has like some female. I don't know what she sells. She sells something like it's like a community something. She's just some random bird from Bolton, mate. And she goes at like Facebook lives and shit like that, and she has hundreds of girls on this platform, and everyone's like bigging each other up, like proper gassing each other up, saying, "Oh my god, you look fucking amazing," and all this sort of shit, like live shit, like yummy mummy fucking community, and it just works for her on Facebook. Whereas you put it somewhere else, it might not fucking work. People need to consider what social media they're using before they say social media's fucking shit or social media gives you a bad fucking thing. It's like, what about LinkedIn? What about LinkedIn? If you are a B2B, a business to business consumer, or whatever, you're trying to get into, like, you've all got your social medias. Like LinkedIn is fucking unreal. If you belong on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
For some people, yeah. It's a business to business platform. You can't go on there as a PT and say, "He wants a PT session." But what you could do is go on there and approach a large corporate company and say, "How's about on the 6 a.m. on a Friday, I give you a taste of a work team cohesion type of exercise, and say, I'll come into your work, we get a space and we'll bring everyone in, we'll do some team bonding exercises as well as exercises," you know what I mean? Bring the team together. You have a different means of doing business on each platform. Instagram, it's like, yes, lad, let's do a sick edit. Fucking LinkedIn's like, let's do this and we'll help build a stronger team within your working environment, because it's like corporate business world. Do you know what I mean? So avenues everywhere. People just think LinkedIn shit because no one's signed for a PT off me from there. Because you don't know how to do it. So it's like, the people who are poo-pooing it probably haven't used it properly.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Or old people who don't understand it.
no, but do you mean it's shocking? It's mad how many people can't use it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
funny.
can't use it. Like, sometimes I have bad difficulties saying, like, make sure you expand the post. I send a screenshot out, and it's like, you know, on Instagram, you try and post something, and it'll come up with a default Instagram box, and in the bottom left corner there's an arrow. It's like this. They're like 2 arrows pointing left, like that, and you press it, and it'll zoom out to the dimensions what the video is supposed to be at. If I've made a video in certain aspect, fucking ratio, I'd make it in portrait for Instagram, purely because it's more catching to the eye and it fills the screen more than a landscape video on Instagram. So it's tall like that. And people are, if they post it in a box, in the Instagram box, then it's cut 2/3 of the video off. And it's only posted in the box. So all that editing stuff I've done could potentially look out of sync, or they miss some information off the bottom just because they've not pressed that button and because they don't know how to work Instagram. And they've posted it at fucking fucking 11:15 in the morning, and everyone's on the laptops at work. No one's on the phones, and they've not taken into consideration. And like these little considerations that people actually need help with their Instagrams, and where social media marketing ultimately has its place, like for marketers to help other people. Like people just bypass it. I don't need fucking someone to post on Instagram for me. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need someone to write my fucking copy. Like, but ultimately, you fucking do. One, you can't fucking spell. Two, you've got fucking a word, space, comma. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you've posted at 11. You've fucking your timings are all out of whack. You've never once looked at. You don't know what insights are on Instagram. You've not looked at any analytics. Do you know what I mean? There's like, and all of a sudden, this very fucking minor, brief subject of just pressing send on a post has become a fucking different beast. You're like, oh, what? There's actually a method behind it. Not that it's an advanced one. It's just knowing some basics. And but it goes overlooked so much that, like you say, because people just simply don't understand it. So it's like, just post when you think people are on the phones. Post shit you think people are gonna like. Don't make it look like shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cause guide to Instagram.
Social media there.
It's not hard. It's not hard. People do need help with it. But ultimately, the people who do need help with it are the older fucking generation. And I'm fucking getting there now. I'm 30 as fuck me. I'm like, fucking hell, lads. I'll forget how to use my laptop in a minute. But it's like, that's ultimately what's happening though. People, and because social media is so young, let's be honest, it's only, when we Facebook made 2004 or something like that. Instagram was about 2011, was it?
Yeah.
9 years old. It's like, if you're 40, you didn't start to learn Instagram when you were 31, going on your phone thinking, yes, I'm going to blitz it. When half the people, even then, it took 2 or 3 years to even know what Instagram was.
Yeah.
For people to actually get on it. So by this time, you're 34. You ain't learning Instagram at 34. You're overlooking it because if you're old school, you fucking advertise in papers and you still get a fucking takeaway number at Yellow Pages. You know what I mean? It's true though, isn't it? So so that's why it has its place. I think potentially in future, I think it might lose its place for social media marketing. The sheer fact of it's so common now, and all these people up and coming are going to grow up with social media of some sort, and it's because it's so advanced that if you're a social media marketer, you might actually run out of steam somewhere. You need to keep in the loop because it's like TikTok. Everyone who's on TikTok now are fucking 13. TikTok's going to grow with that age. So when they're 30, they're going to be on TikTok. TikTok's going to be 30 years old then. Then there's going to be something else new that all the other 13-year-olds on. It's like Instagram. Instagram's going to turn out like Facebook, mate. We're all going to be 58-year-old yummy mummies on Facebook. Fucking lovely picture, hun. Nice picture, hun. Do you know what I mean? DM me and all that shot shit. What's up, love? DM me. What's it called? Inbox me, hun. We're going to be doing that on Instagram, mate, in fucking 20 years' time, while all the kids are on a new platform. Because it just goes with the age. When you were 2004, you were doing Instagram shit on Facebook. Now Facebook's that old. People are like, fucking hell.
I was 4 years old, so I was fucking doing nothing.
Exactly. You're on TikTok, you Isaac.
I'm a little TikTok.
You're on TikTok doing that. What's that fucking? What's that? What's that dance where they do that? That what's it called? That one. That one. What's it called? Yeah, floss. That's it. Isaac's on YouTube doing floss. Not YouTube. Instagram. TikTok.
I can't dance for shit.
Anyway, digressing into my thoughts on social media platforms and age ranges and fucking ability to compute programs.
This is why we wanted John, because you're just going to chat absolute shit. We've been on for 2 hours.
Has it been 2 hours?
Yeah.
We're going to have to call it a day there because we've got...
Mate, you're going
to have to do a part 1 and part 2 of this vibe.
Yeah. Definitely. We'll definitely get you back on very soon.
Part 1, part 2. Get me back on because at current I've got absolutely nothing to do because I'm locked in my house.
And we need to start doing more of these, Jack.
Yeah, we do.
When was the last one you did?
Shit today. There's the mindset one, weren't it?
Before Christmas.
Yeah, before Christmas. Well, obviously. But it was like November-ish, weren't it?
Was it that long ago? I thought it was sooner.
Maybe it was very start of December, I think it was. But we need to get better.
Won't forget Burr listens to my bullshit.
Yeah. If you're still here, whoever's listening or watching, fucking well done. 2 hours and 1 minute. Thanks for listening. And we'll sort the part 2 out.
Keep it real.
Peace.
Peace and love.
Awesome.